What's going on? What's going on, brothers? It's your dude, International Passport, here again for yet another classic video. This time about the wonderful country, about off Vietnam. I got a very special guest here today called Mr. Ramel, who'll be breaking down Japanese women and South Korean women in Vietnam. Ramel, how you doing, bro?
I'm very good, brother. I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for your time, man. So let's get cracking. Japanese women and South Korean women in Vietnam. Whoa, where did you meet them, brother?
Yes, brother. I met them in Vietnam. So I was in Vietnam for about 2.5 to 3 weeks. I just got back to the UK about a week ago. So it's been 3 years since I've left the UK. After landing my first role in IT, worked for about 2 months, saved a bit of money, decided to treat myself. So I went over to Southeast Asia, my first time ever. Third time in Asia, but first time in Southeast Asia. So I met many Japanese and Korean women over there in Vietnam.
Wow. What cities did you meet these women, bro?
All over. So I explored 5 different cities in Vietnam. I was in Hanoi, Sapa, Ninh Bình, Bai Tu Long Bay, and Da Nang. And they were all over the place, more so in some than others, but you can find them everywhere.
Amazing. So are these South Korean women and Japanese women checking for brothers and passport bros in Vietnam, bro?
Yes, they're checking in Vietnam, and I'll say actually the Japanese on the surface, I have to say on the surface, are checking more. The only reason I say that is because it's more obvious. With the Japanese women, they were more obvious in their check-in. I'm not too well versed with Japanese women, but I know in the culture, Korean culture, I've lived in Korea, they're very much keep to yourself kind of people. So often it may seem as if they're not checking, but what it is that they just literally just keep themselves to themselves. But if you actually just take a risk and make the effort to go up and approach, 9 times out of 10 you will be well received, especially if you got some language skills. But yeah, just go out there and make the effort. The Japanese women, it was more obvious that they were checking. I caught them staring more than the Korean women, but with the Korean women, anytime I went up to them, it was well received.
Oh wow, incredible. So you're saying Japanese women give a lot more clearer choosing signals. They will look at you, they might compliment you, they might talk to you. Is that what you're saying in Vietnam?
Yes, absolutely. It was definitely more clearer with the Japanese women. But with that said, you have a wider choice of Korean women in Vietnam, because Vietnam is absolutely taken over by South Korea. South Korea owns Vietnam. And I literally mean that, no exaggeration. The moment I landed in Hanoi airport, I was hearing Korean straight away more than Vietnamese. It's overrun by Koreans. There's Koreans everywhere. I went past hundreds of Korean people on my trip. I couldn't believe how many Korean people were in Vietnam.
That's amazing. That is amazing. So tell me the physical attributes of the Japanese woman and then the Korean woman after, bro. Were they slim, thick? Were they looking good physically? Break it down for us, bro.
Okay, so the Japanese women I saw, now it was much less than the Korean. Again, the Koreans, they were you just step outside, there's just Korean people everywhere. You can't miss them. The Japanese was harder to come by. There were a few, but nowhere near as close. The ratio was almost like 7-1, 7 being Korean, 1 Japanese. There's that many Koreans. Now with the Japanese, the women that I saw there, they were more slim, not skinny, but slim. Not very slim, thick, not very thick. They were slim women, but if you could train your eye, as you know, Japanese women, they dress a certain way. They dress quite conservative and very cute. I rarely see Japanese women in skin tight clothes. I see more Korean women wear the slim and tight jeans. But to a trained eye and a seasoned professional like myself, I've got a trained eye. I can take one look and know if she's got shape underneath there. So some of these Japanese women, they were slim, but you can tell they absolutely have curves. And that's okay with me. I'm a brother, but I'm not too like gassed over she has to be thick. I know a lot of brothers do, but for me it's mainly about the shape. Does she have shape? I want to see curves. So for me, thick, slim, all that in between, I don't really care as long as she has shape. So the Japanese women I saw, slim but definitely with shape. Now, and also just so cute. When I say skin, pristine, smooth skin, not a spot, pimple or blemish, man, those Japanese women are gorgeous, bro. Their face is just so pretty. That's one thing I noticed with Japanese, because I've never been to Japan. So I've seen Japanese people in the UK, but they become kind of westernized and they start breaking into UK society. But to see just actual Japanese women in Asia, I was blown away by how beautiful they were in the face. Now, the Korean women, on the other hand, I admit, I think the Japanese women were more beautiful in the face. Now, to me, Korean women are gorgeous. I love the Korean look. I think they're gorgeous. I give the Japanese women a higher rating in the face, but I give Korean women the highest rating in terms of overall attractiveness. And the reason being is that the Korean women, you're going to have a wider selection of body type. If you like slim thick, there's more slim thick Koreans. And because they wear more fitted clothing, not all of them, a lot of them were wearing dresses and very conservative, just like the Japanese also. But you do see more wearing fitted clothes also. You have more of a variety with the Korean women. And more often than not, they have a higher variety of body shapes. So you'll see way more slim, thick ones on the Koreans, bro. When I was in Da Nang City, which is digital nomad heaven, may I say, but a conversation for another time. The hotel I was staying in right by the beach had a swimming pool on the roof. So I'm on the roof, on the swimming pool, sipping a pina colada, chilling. And I'm the only black guy and the only foreigner, full stop, on the pool in the roof. It's just all Asians, all Koreans, and one or two Japanese. And I'm just in the pool and I'm just seeing all these Korean girls with thick, juicy legs, just looking gorgeous, looking absolutely gorgeous. So the Koreans are a bit thicker, a bit more shapely, and dress a bit better. So overall, I've got to give it to the Koreans. But if you just love a pretty face, the Japanese women are where it's at.
Wow. In that moment when you were in the pool, right, were the Korean chicks checking you out, bro?
Some were and some weren't. Now, in my pool, in my hotel, it was very coupley, meaning that a lot of the women there, they were with their families or with their partners. So not as much checking in the hotel as compared to on the beach and out about on the streets. A lot of checking there. But with that said, there was 2 occasions where I was in the pool and I'm just doing my thing. And as sad as this is to say, I see a Korean girl with her guy in the pool, but I see her eyes slipping my way a few times. And I'm thinking, would you look at that? She's there with her dude, but she just can't help but stare. Now, whether that's just because I'm the only black guy, maybe, but I think I know the difference, man. And I'm like, man, yeah, she likes what she sees over here.
And her boyfriend was Korean?
Yes, her boyfriend was Korean. And you know what's funny? Like, when I was there, you can absolutely see that the Korean guys are copying what I'm doing. Like, everyone's just chilling in the pool, just not really being active. So I start swimming laps. Next thing you know, I see the Korean guy start swimming laps. So my lady that I'm with, I was with a lady at the time. She came over. You know, Asian people, they're very reserved. So I'm picking my lady up in the pool. I'm holding her. I'm carrying her in the pool. I'm kissing her in the pool, being, you know, a little PDA in that. But I'm not doing it for PDA. We're just having a good time. Next thing you know, I see the Korean guy trying to pick up his girl in the pool. And me and my lady both notice. We're laughing at each other. We're like, look at this guy trying to be like me. I'm like, he must be feeling brave now. He's like, oh, okay, I can't be showing up. I got to give my lady love too.
Wow, incredible, man. Hey, brothers are the life of everything, man. That's it. So tell me about the personalities of Korean women and Japanese women you met in Vietnam, brother. I want to know more about how they are personality wise, bro.
Okay, so what I noticed is the Japanese women were easier to approach. And again, on the surface of things, because I have to say on the surface, because if you didn't know better and if you didn't know the culture, you would think that Korean women aren't checking. And you would go straight to Japanese. And again, that comes down to the fact that Korean people are just very keep to themselves kind of people, very stoic, and you wouldn't really know unless you know that they're checking. Whereas with the Japanese women, it was easier to approach and they were more friendly. So I'll give you a couple examples. When I was in my hotel in Da Nang, I was working out in the gym. There was 2 Japanese women outside the gym. I noticed them just staring at me, watching me work out. So I left, I finished my workout, they were still there. As soon as I started approaching the door, they backed off from the door, trying to not make it obvious that they were staring. It was 2 of them and me, so all 3 of us entered the lift. I see them staring. They started speaking to each other in Japanese. So that's how I knew they were Japanese. I speak a little bit of Japanese. So I started speaking to them in Japanese in the lift and they were absolutely shocked. They were like, oh my God, sugoi, sugoi, which means, as you know, oh, wow, that's so cool. It's so cool. So we're conversating a little bit in Japanese in the lift. And then one of them asked me very more confident again than the Koreans, hey, are you a personal trainer? I said, no, I'm not a personal trainer. I just like to work out. The other one said, hey, do you work out every single day? I said, no, not quite, but mostly like Monday to Friday, might rest on the weekends. And they were like, oh, wow, you could be a personal trainer. And then one of them said, oh, I'm looking for a new personal trainer. And at this point, now it's getting a bit flirty. I'm just looking at her like, oh, really? Is that so? And she asked me where I'm from. I told her I'm from the UK. She asked if I've ever been to Japan. I said no, but I plan to go in a few months. And then she said to me, well, maybe we should exchange Instagrams and exchange details. When you come to Japan, maybe you can have a private session with me. And I was like, yeah, I'd love that. Absolutely. So we exchanged details. We come on, we know what she meant by that. Come on. She was just feeling the boy. She was feeling the kid. And yeah, that was that. We exchanged details. We got to the dinner hall because it was breakfast time, and we parted ways, and I've messaged her since, and we just talk every now and again still. Another time where I was in a different city called Hoan, but this time I was with a lady. So the lady I was with went over to ask the Japanese girls to take pictures of us. And then the lady I was with got distracted. She went to the food cart. So I took that opportunity to get some intel for the brothers. I went over to the 2 Japanese women. There was 2 of them. They were twins, by the way, bro. Japanese twins, bro. They were so gorgeous. So I'm talking to them. I'm like, hey guys, you look alike. Are you sisters? They said, yeah, they're twins. Their English wasn't that great, but we still could communicate. And bro, the moment they started speaking to me, it was just like silk coming out of their mouth. Like their voice was just so soft and sweet, and they were just so friendly and easy to talk to. And they just kept saying, oh, was it kawaii, kawaii? They were calling me cute, and they're just saying how they thought I was so cute, like, oh, kawaii. And yeah, they were just a joy to be around. At that point, I can't lie, I wanted to be a bad guy and get some details, but I was with a lady at the time, so I decided to be good. But man, those 2 Japanese twins were absolutely gorgeous, and I knew I absolutely could have got a WhatsApp, Instagram if I wanted to. They were so friendly, so open. So that's the personality of the Japanese women that I met there. And as you've noticed, they're always in groups of 2. They're always in groups of 2. They don't travel solo. So guys, get your confidence up and be willing to go approach them in a group. The Japanese women, they're so friendly. That's what I noticed. So you're fine. The Korean women, on the other hand, now, they are friendly, but on the surface, it seems a bit more standoffish. I love Korean women and I speak Korean. So speaking Korean was fantastic for me. They would be so blank, not even looking like they're checking for you. They're just going about their business. But what I would do is I'd overhear them speaking Korean, and I would just break the ice by speaking Korean. I'd be like, oh, 한국 사람이에요? And that means, oh, you're Korean? And they'll be like, oh, wow. And they'll be like, oh, do you speak Korean? And I'll be like, oh, there, 조금 말해요. And I'll be like, yeah, I speak a little bit. And then that's how we get into it. And then suddenly they light up and the change is night and day. So with the Koreans, you'd think they're not checking. You'd think they're not checking for you. But the moment you interact with them, they light up and they're very receptive. So just be aware of that, brothers. Like if they seem a bit cold and standoffish, that's just how they are. Make the approach, go over and have the conversation.
Amazing intel on what gets down with Japanese women and Korean women, South Korean women in Vietnam. All right. Go out there, passport bros, go out there, brothers, and experience that yourselves. Appreciate you, Ramel. Make sure you brothers like the video. Make sure you support the channel any way possible. Cop merch. Join the Patreon to get on the IT mentorship plan. IT is the best way forward for you, brothers, man. Get on the IT mentorship plan. Ain't that right, Ramel? You're on IT, bro, right?
Absolutely. I'm in IT now. I'm an infrastructure cloud engineer, and I'm also one of IP's ex-Python students.
There you go, man. And isn't IT the best industry to be as a passport bro?
I believe so. I've done many jobs, and including English teaching abroad. That was my first introduction to being a passport bro. However, I would vote for IT all the time. One, the freedom. Two, the power of finances. IT is the industry that can give you both freedom and a strong pocket to live comfortably. Teaching English gave me freedom to be abroad, but there wasn't much opportunity to build wealth with teaching English. Whereas with IT, you can have the freedom and the opportunity to build wealth with a healthy salary.
There you go. And should the brothers join my IT mentorship plan, remember?
Absolutely, brothers. At the end of the day, you don't know what you don't know. I'm the kind of person, I'm always willing to take good advice. And when you recognize that someone's in a position that you want to be in and they've done it before you, humble yourself and seek advice. IP, he's been in the IT game for a long time. He's very knowledgeable. He knows what he's talking about. If I could sit at this man's feet and soak up as much knowledge from him as I could, I will take that opportunity every time. So yes, join that mentorship program.
Awesome. Thanks, Ramel, for that. And brothers, yes, hit the PayPal too. I will see you when I go live, brothers, and of course for more video uploads. And I look forward to seeing you, brothers, again in the near future. Peace out. Salute.